All right, put them on a tray here. There we go, y'all. So I'm gonna get the rest of these sauced up. I'll bring you back. Hey everybody, Mike Chavez here once again. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. All right, y'all, chicken wing day, all right? But it's gonna be some special kind of chicken wings. These are gonna be twice fried, nice and crispy, crunchy, Korean style chicken wings. Now, normally I like to make my chicken wings out on the grill, but cold, raining, of course, it's the weekend, it's raining. So we're gonna stay inside. We're gonna batter these up and fry them twice to make them nice and crunchy. Gonna make up some Korean barbecue sauce. This is gonna be good. I'm gonna have some rice and stir-fried cabbage on the side. I'll make those off camera. Y'all stick around. This is gonna be good. Let's do it. All right, we're gonna start these wings off by making the sauce. So I found this recipe couple weeks ago, looked really good. I've made Korean barbecue sauce before, but this is going to be a little different from the way I usually make it. So this recipe calls for toasted sesame oil. So we got some toasted sesame oil here, a tablespoon of that. We've got some fresh garlic. We're going to grate this up. So a teaspoon of garlic, minced. Also a teaspoon of fresh grated ginger. So we got some ginger root here, ready to go. 1 3/4 cups of water. So we got some water here. 3 tablespoons of sugar. We'll bring that on over. 3 tablespoons gochujang. So we got our gochujang, which is fermented Korean chili paste. Got to have the gochujang or it ain't gonna be Korean. Tablespoon of soy sauce. I got my Pearl River Bridge soy sauce. Good stuff here. And that's about it. So let's go ahead and get this made up. Alright, first thing I'm going to do, peel my ginger. Of course, you just take a spoon to peel your ginger, get all the peel off. Then we'll take our garlic. Once we get all the peel off the ginger, get the skin off your garlic. Alright, so you want your onions and garlic really grated fine. So I got a microplane here. So I'm going to go ahead and grate some ginger until I get a teaspoon. Yeah, it's about a teaspoon. Alright, same thing with the garlic. Scrape that bottom. Alright. So, teaspoon of garlic, teaspoon of ginger. Alright, 1 tablespoon roasted sesame oil. Alright, the way they say to do this, I'm going to take my garlic, ginger, and sesame oil, mix it up a little bit. And we're going to put this in the microwave for about 45 seconds to a minute. So I'm going to hit the 1 minute button, let this cook for a little bit. Alright, let's check this out. So it's nice and fragrant. There we go. Alright, so we got this done. We'll put 3 tablespoons of gochujang in there. There we go. Put in tablespoon of sugar, 3 tablespoons of sugar. 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of sugar. A tablespoon of soy sauce. Quarter cup of sugar, of water. Quarter cup of water. Put a little bit less to start out with. Whisk this up. Set until it's smooth. So whisk that up. That's going to be our Korean barbecue sauce. We'll let this sit here for a little while. Then we'll get our wings together. Alright, so we got a load of chicken wings here. 3, 6, 9, 12 whole wings. They've been on a rack in the refrigerator for a couple hours to dry a little bit. So what I'm going to do with these, instead of leaving them whole like I normally do, I'm going to cut the drumette off, and I'm going to leave the tip and the flat together. So drum off, wing and flat together. Alright, let me get all these cut up, bring you right back. Alright, so I got all my wings cut up. I'm going to go ahead and season them up with my Cosmos SPG. Let's get some of that in there, give them a toss. We don't want to put too much seasoning on them because that barbecue sauce, the Korean barbecue sauce, is a little bit salty. Take these wings, put them back on my rack. Alright, we'll stick these back in the refrigerator for a little while. Alright, we got our pot with peanut oil. We're going to heat this up to 350 for the first fry. While that's heating up, we're going to come over here, make our batter up. So for the batter, need 1.5 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. There's 1. And 1/2 cups all-purpose flour, and 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. So we got us some cornstarch. 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Whisk that together. So this don't get any seasoning in it. That's why I season the wings. Alright. So now it says to whisk in 1.5 cups of cold water. So this batter is going to be really thin, which is what we want. So let's whisk this up. It's just flour and cornstarch. So we'll let this sit here until the oil heats up. Alrighty then, y'all, our oil's about there. So I'm gonna start putting some of these chicken pieces in the batter. Some of these fat drumettes. These things are huge. Alright, get them coated up. Alright, our oil's there, so let me see here. Let me get these all coated. So I'll let this batter drip off. Then we go down in the oil. It says go ahead and turn your heat up once you get this in the oil, because that oil temp's going to fall really fast. So remember, this is just the first fry. All right. So we're going to want to move these around so they don't stick together. So we put the heat back on high. Maintain this oil temp. Alright, so I'm going to do all this chicken just like this, about 7 minutes. Then we'll put the wings over on that rack, and then we'll get the rest of them. Alright, so these are a little golden, so we'll take these out, put them over on the rack. Just let these hang out over here. So these aren't done yet. So I'm going to let my oil come back up to 350, which it already is. Let's see. Looks like we might have a little bit of crumb here. Let me get rid of them crumbs so they don't burn. Get the next batch in. Let them fry up. So when we get all these wings fried up for the first time, we'll kick the heat up and fry them again. Alright, y'all. I'll get them all fried up and I'll bring you all back. Alright, y'all, this is the last batch on the first fry. We're going to get these out of here. Alright, let me get the crumbs out of here so they don't burn. So we're going to let this oil come up to 375. We'll do the second fry. Alrighty then. This oil's up to temp. So I'm going to get the first ones we did. They've softened up a bunch. This is going to crisp them back up. Down in the oil. So let these fry up. That's the second fry. This will crisp them back up. Alright, so these are frying up, nice and crispy. We're going to put these in a bowl. Let them sit there for a little bit. Alright, let this come back up to 375. We'll fry the rest of them. Here we go. Alright, here's the last batch. I'll cut this heat off. Put these wings on a wire rack. Let them sit for a few minutes. So let's stand for about 2 minutes and then we'll sauce them up. Alright, so let's put some of this chicken in the bowl. Alright, put some of this sauce on here. Give it a toss. Cover them well. Alright, put them on a tray here. There we go, y'all. So I'm going to get the rest of these sauced up. I'll bring you back. Alright, y'all, here we go. Korean style chicken wings. Looking good. Let's serve it up. Alright, I got a little jasmine rice over here, y'all. There we go. Serve me up my wings. There we go. Looking pretty darn good. Awesome. Alright, let's try these out. Alright, y'all, here we go. Korean style chicken wings, twice fried. Got a little rice on the side. Put some hot chili oil on my rice. So, let's check this out, shall we? Y'all ready for this? I'm ready for this. Taste! Y'all hear that crunch? Sauce a little the sauce is a little salty, a little sweet. Slight bite. Messy. Sticky. Gotta have a bite of rice. Hot chili oil. The hot chili oil I put on that rice is awesome. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a thumbs up. Questions, comments, leave them below. Don't forget, more videos for you to watch over here. And hit that subscribe button on your way out. I appreciate it. See you next time, everybody. Bye.